battle in the campaign has been your most memorable one so far, starting with Carmilla?
It is clearly the one just before we got up into the treehouse because they killed my rabbit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. What about Svenja?
Ooh. I think the battle with the ice troll, not so much because of um, her role in the battle, but because of the response from the villagers and the Jarl of her telling the story. So up to then, she might have been, she likes telling stories and things, but that might really have set her on the path of loving the attention you get when you're performing a story.
Oh yeah, that's a good answer. I like that. What about Yormund? So you've rolled another one there.
Yes,
Dip into the trauma again.
Could I answer the second one instead?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone can pick between the two if you want.
Funnily enough, probably a tournament from Game of Thrones.
Wait, who? Have I just
The
missed that your
ginger
whole
wildling.
character's a reference?
Oh no, yeah, I didn't intend for them to have similar names, but
like wildling chieftain.
yeah,
The guy that's the guy.
this guy.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So that totally reframes Yormund in my head. But makes perfect sense. How about Mikhail?
I think the most memorable battle for Mikkel probably still be the troll that we fought as a kid. Mostly because I did nearly die, which I've come close to, but I haven't come that close since then.
Yeah, that one definitely left you with some scars. Scarring, by the way, we actually need to get into because I feel like you guys are going to accumulate some along the way. But
No.
what about
I'll probably go with the second question. Which character will be best friends with? I was sort of making him like Bjorn from Vikings.
Yeah,
That's the plan I was going for.
Yeah, no, I like the directions you guys are going in. Nice to see actually where your heads are at in terms of inspiration as well, because I can tell you I've watched every Viking themed thing I could find for this campaign. Yeah, hopefully the other two will be able to join us at some point. I'm not sure where they are, but I think we can jump into the recap for tonight. As yeah, would our bard like to take it away?
Yeah, certainly. So, apologies for the sloppy update on Anvil. And I was so paying attention to the fight that I didn't actually write down a turn by turn. So I'm putting that up front. But we started last week, essentially having crept up the stairs and opened the door and seen some cultists using some sort of device to try and navigate the stars or make a map or something like that. I tried to convince them to go away and take the Decapus with, but they did say it was pretty hard to get the thing here in the first place and cast darkness, and by the sounds of it was busy escaping while we were fighting off blights and a nasty little animated tree whose name I did not write down. Yeah, so this tree was doing bad things to Gorham as well as Yormund. Yeah, we went around. So eventually we defeated the tree, or they defeated the tree just as the cavalry arrived in the form of myself and Camilla to help them. And we saw the Druidess fighting in a open room with a large pipe-like device against some blights. So we did get stuck into helping her. We probably saved her from dying. She was a little bit in a hurry and not as grateful as we thought she should be. She went and spoke to a tree spirit of some sort called Myrmid, who said he'll protect us against the vines, but with a great sense of urgency. No rest for the wicked, not even time for dinner, as it was already getting dark. We rushed downstairs, had some of these fancy potions, rested for a bit of an hour, and then went off to go and fight the Decapus. We did manage to rescue Cranky and his wife. The man has got an insane lack of cooperative ability and desire to die on his own. But we did manage to save him. We were fighting our way through some blights and things. I think Gorham and Yormund went round the top with Shepherd and attacked a Decapus from that side, and the rest of us came around the bottom and sort of attacked it from behind in sort of a all around. What was memorable about the battle is that Shepherd was very close to finding out if wolves go to Valhalla if they die bravely. But in the end, we managed to defeat the Decapus, and that's where we ended the game. So there's a bunch of things, including an apparently cursed one that we got as loot. But we ended the game just after that particular battle, and that's kind of a slightly sloppy recap.
No, that's perfect. That is exactly where we're going to pick things up now. As yeah, you haven't actually received the loot yet, but we'll go through all of that now. As Shepherd is sort of licking the wounds that Shepherd's also going to get a scar from this one for sure, as he's nuzzling up to you, Yormund, and just trying to celebrate this victory that you've all had. It is now quite late at night, and you guys have opened a door that the blights were trying to break into, and there is a scared looking person on the other side who looks quite badly injured as well, but is looking at the creature you've just defeated. What are you all doing as the fight ends?
Baby cradling my little boy.
Wait, okay, so there's a scared looking creature behind the door. Creature, humanoid.
He looks elvish as he steps through the doorway and just looks down at the dead Decapus, and he says, "Could it be? Have you really done it? You have saved us. Thank you. Thank you." And he immediately looks over to the other building up to the top with a worried look in his eye. And if you follow his look, you'll see just where you were just putting your cursor there, Camilla, another face in the sort of window there that just seems to have been watching this whole fight.
Okay, I guess you're welcome. Who are you?
Oh, yes, I am Farron. I got chased into this room by these things. I've been trapped for a little while. Please, my friends, they were in the building above. I need to make sure that they're okay. And he starts making his way across the rope bridge.
Okay, are they okay, actually? Are these some of the people we did not rescue?
Well, you can follow after him if you like.
So I guess, at this point in time, Svenya's like, it's been a long day. It's at night. She's tired. She's had way too many Red Bulls, and she's essentially, as this guy's like, just walking past her and up. She's just like watching him with her mouth hanging slightly open, going, like, "What happened there?"
Sorry, are you on the on the forge there, Venya? Because I see you're still all the way down in the greenery.
I am, yes, I am all the way down in the greenhouse. I should probably walk up
So
there.
yeah, I'm not sure how we've got if the shared vision is on for if you guys need to actually be there. So he's walked up to where Yormund is just walking into now, where Yormund you see he sort of reunites with two other people that also look slightly injured, but not quite as badly as him. And you see a woman and a man that they both. He seems very relieved to have found them, and that was the man that was just looking through the window. And you see them sort of reuniting, and they seem quite happy to have found each other and to all be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing we told them to stay indoors, isn't it?
Do you remember where everyone else here is? It's safer to tell them to go up or down.
So who are you asking?
Just whoever's right next to me, Carmilla.
Are you trying to get to the other party members?
No, I'm just telling them. No, I just don't know what to tell them, like whether it's safer to go up the tree or down.
That's a good point. I guess. So hang on, were those Grung warriors not walking with us? Can they not just take everybody else to the tavern? We kind of. That's a good point.
Oh yeah.
Whether all the vines and stuff will have disappeared. So were they under control of the Decapus, or are they still around?
You can give me a perception or an arcana check to try and see if killing the Decapus has stopped the blights. You know that Mirt was able to sort of regain control of the vines before the fight started, but the actual blights were obviously still coming at you then.
Yeah, okay. Hang on, let me just open the character sheet.
And
Yes,
first of all, everyone that wants.
Perception or Arcana? I suck at both of these. Let's do an Arcana check. And I feel like today is going to be a roll with real dice day. That would be 18 plus 4, 22.
Okay, yeah. So between you and Camilla, neither of you see any blights left. Camilla, you're pretty sure you just killed them all, but Svenja, as you look over the body of the Decapus, you see that the plants in that greenery, in that like greenhouse there, they seem to have more color now as this Decapus has died, and the roots that were leading from that the tree that it was sitting in to begin with, in the middle of that room, they seem to have withered. You don't see any more blights. You're pretty sure you have saved the treehouse. This place is secure. And these three that you have just found in there, for brevity's sake, I will tell you, are the last people that you needed to find. Everyone else is already at the tavern. But these people in there wouldn't know that. They seem to have been trapped in here the whole time.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll just say to the three, yeah, the rest of you are in the tavern on the other side, so I suggest you go there soon. As for us, I believe we'll be off. And I just look towards the rest of the party.
Hell no. I can use a stiff drink and then a nice soft bed. And then I'd like to spend a couple of days here looking at the library and what this thing in the observatory is. So, okay,
Couple of fucking days.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. This is what you have if you've got a curious law bard in the party who wants to know everything. But that's what Svenja wants to do. in
Well-
that particular order: mead, bed, bath, and then talk and study and so forth. She's negotiable on the last one, but the mead, bed, bath not negotiable.
Okay, fine. Go get your fucking bed.
Go, quick. Leave her behind.
She can be very persuasive about the benefits of mead and bed and bath.
Okay, fine. Go get the fuck. Just want to go home.
In the middle of the night.
Yep.
No sense of adventure. She is clearly teasing the hell out of you by now. She thinks this is very amusing.
Find this hand axe amusing, bitch.
Right. Do your best. Roll.
DM, are the blights like still there, just laying dead?
Lights
That's
are
what
working
that
for me.
check was for, but as far as you can tell, you've either killed all of them or any that were hiding are gone. They seem to have stopped their attack once the Decubus died.
I mean, did they like disintegrate or something, like turn to dust? Just lay there.
But no, they're still lying there if you want to try and harvest them.
No, I mostly want to.
These are like, are these, I mean, are they sort of dry, hard, crunchy, breakable, fragile twigs, or are they sort of more bendy twigs, the blights?
Wet.
Up here, the ones you fought below were more twig-like. The ones up here were all vines. Well, most of them, yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Sena's going to try and make a little crown from blight limbs for Shepherd.
Okay, you can give me a sleight of hand check. Try and fashion a little crown.
Okay, let's see. Come, happy dice. Oh, lovely. 7 plus 3. That's a 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
you've
similar
managed
to
to.
one she made when she was 5 years old.
Well, you put it on Shepard's head, and you've made a nice little crown that you've wound together. That's not hard to do. But after the fight, Shepard's just immediately rips it off his head and tears it to shreds. There's Shepard has no love for vines, especially.
Ungrateful beast.
Hi.
Yeah,
Actually, kind of
does-
like Shepherd.
It does look like you've actually now got a little ring to throw for him if you wanted to play catch. But as you guys make your way back towards the tavern, you will easily be able to bring those other three with you. And yeah, when you get back there, you will see the druids that are up here are all giving medical attention to Clarifa, the mother of the treehouse, and there will be you'll hear a sound as you're approaching of that creature sort of growing into the tree again, as it seems Mimir was watching the fight and moves into the tavern as well. Are you guys up there at the top, Gorm and Carmilla? Are you still doing something up there?
yeah, they want to like take a piece of the blight and try to remake the splint I was doing earlier and failed.
Oh, right, the for your leg.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can try and make another medicine check.
Oh my.
Yeah, Miller, you hear Gorm unwillingly yelp out in pain as he tries to splint his own leg, but it is looking pretty bad over there. And Gorm, you're going to fall prone as you are. Yeah, your leg's not looking good.
I'll just sit here, just crawl back and like lift myself up so my back is against the tree.
Oh yeah. Now I have an idea. I'm gonna take one of the tentacles of the Decapus, cut it off, and try to see if I can make it in like bind it to like what's called Gorm's leg, like a makeshift bandit or stuff like that.
Okay, yeah,
Tricky bandit.
you can also try and make a medicine check, as I think you were yeah, you've currently got like a twig blight. Oh, that's perfect. So you've got now with Camilla's help, it's much easier when someone else is actually doing this, as you've now got part of a twig blight strapped to your leg as a splint by a decapus tentacle and a bullywug tongue. That it is quite quite a strange looking medical device, but you have now successfully splintered the leg, and um, you'll be able to walk again for now. I will say that your movement speed is going to be reduced by 5 feet for now, but with that nat 20, this is a good splint. You are able to stand on it.
Thank you, Carmela.
Fine. Oh, well. I go back and cut some more tentacles off, since you never know when you need.
Yeah, these are. I mean, as you make this check, you can make a survival check to try and harvest the creature, as you can make it with advantage because Ursula was also she was trying to pull some teeth from the creature's mouth and all that. Oh, all right. Yeah, these tentacles don't look like they would work as well as the bullywug tongues for rope. The one that you just tied around Gorm's leg was short enough to do that, but they are they basically just like tree vines, and they snap quite easily. Actually, now that this thing is dead, it seems like it was a magical creature, and that uh, a lot of its strength came from that magic rather than its physical body.
Oh, it's fun. Now let's go.
Okay, so as we back to the tavern, and uh, Gorm, are you making your way over there? Oh
I
yeah,
did.
sorry, we're covered by the clock. Um, so as you guys make your way back to the tavern and Mimir appears in the tree, you will see him saying, "Ah, very well done, you lot. Seems like Broudevik still knows how to train their youngsters. We cannot thank you enough for ridding us of that damned creature and the cultists that brought it. Here, as a token of our thanks, please accept these gifts." And from the inside of the tavern, some like roots will grow out with wooden trays on them that you will see have got a couple of things, valuable things that they were hiding in here, but that they are offering to you. And you can check the quest log to see the things that they are offering. Um, and we will actually just go into that for a second, because I know there was a discussion about who was getting what, that Ursula posted a bit of a breakdown last week, but some of these items are specific, but it's up to you which ones are you going to take. There should be one each.
I'll take the potion of growth.
I'll
We'll
take
take the very fun cloak.
the stuff. I'll take the stuff.
Okay, cool. So let me. Can you actually? Are you able to drag those onto your own character sheet?
From, so hang on a second. It's in Discord, or where is it sitting in Foundry?
In Foundry, the quest I
Ah, there.
should have just shown it to you there, and then you'll see. I think the one that looked like it may be going towards you was the free runner's armor, Svenja, after your parkour last week. There are a couple of cool things here, though, and one of the things you will see you were trying to make that crown just now. You will see um, a very finely made crown. In looks like it was made by the druids here, but you can see this one actually looks like professionally done almost.
Okay, so you see now I have a metagaming problem because I've read the description.
Yeah, that's okay. I also I made the same mistake last week, but the druids will tell you what these things are, and that is more a thing to put on other people. If you immediately start trying to put it on your head, they'll probably warn you against it, and just say, like, explain what it does.
I will help
but just
you
for
put it
brevity's
on.
sake, you can read the description. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said, I will help him put it on.
So I mean, you can take it off again. It's just actually the effect of putting this thing on would be kind of like almost like a psychedelic effect of, especially. Actually, is anyone going to try and put it on, and then I can tell you what you experience?
Yeah.
If it's described as a psychedelic effect, fuck yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
surrounded
with a
by
bunch of druids,
potheads.
they like these are hippies that are telling you like, yeah, it can be quite fun, but just be careful, wearing that. But it doesn't require attunement, so you can just pop this thing on and try it. And if you don't like it, you just take it right. So is someone gonna put it on? Is that
Oh, I thought Johan was going to take it. Yeah, Svenja would definitely try it out.
okay? Yeah. So Svenja, when you try it out, you would hear as you put it on, you would start to hear what sounds like laughter coming from the trees around you, and there is this playfulness in the air around here that is quite quite strange. But as you sort of turn and look, you will see that the eyes of Mimir are just added a D really, are glowing bright, and it just seems to make all the colors a little bit brighter. Everything seems a little bit more pleasant while you're wearing this and in this space.
Ooh, that is super nice. Like, a bit like how I guess we imagine the Feywild or the nice parts of the Feywild to be.
It is exactly. It has that air of the Feywild, even though the snow is falling. You're now seeing each snowflake just like glitter falling around you. There's something magical about this place, and especially about the tree that these these main branches are coming out of, and that Mimir has been appearing in. He will then continue to say, as you are looking over these items, you are welcome to spend the night here before continuing your travels. After what you have done here today, you're always welcome. In fact, here, take this crystal as well. And one of those roots will grow up and is going to reveal this glowing green crystal, much like the one that you saw in the middle of the other tree, except this one seems to look more like a rune stone. And whoever would like to pick this up, you can add it on D&D Beyond. I've not put it onto Foundry yet, but there's like I made an image and stuff on D&D Beyond, so you can see what it looks like, and then when we level up, we'll import it.
I grab it.
Fuck you.
I don't trust Jomund with important stuff.
What the fuck do you mean? You're the most cryptic fucking.
I'm actually going to say that Yeoman got to it first, as you were also trying to take the crown, and I heard you first. So, Carmela, you see this going over, but the crystal, as you pick it up, Yeoman, he will say, if you ever find any of the great trees like this one here, once born of Yggdrasil seeds, that crystal will allow you to open them. Then you can come back and visit us whenever you like.
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
But, Jim, where would I be in the like? Am I here or where am I in the world?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you weren't actually with us last time. Are you not on the map?
No.
On the map below.
My bad. Sorry, if that happens, please do shout it out, because there's a lot of. I will put you down, but you would be with him now. We would assume that you would have been part of all of that. Just didn't play any major role. But there we
So,
go, you
Camilla,
should-
do you want to try out this crown? I think Sonia might be rather reluctant to take it off, but she would offer it to anybody else who's trying it. It's like, almost in this, hey, anybody wants to try this? And just like quickly flash around and put it back on her head.
Can't hurt to try it.
Ooh, okay, yes, she will reluctantly let you try it.
We'll
Because it's
see.
wonderful. The addictive nature.
See, Carmilla looks actually pretty good with all of this. She's wearing this new nature's mantle, and with the crown and things, she starts to resemble some of these druids around here who are wearing similar things, and they all just nod, and they seem to think it suits you. But yeah, you get that same sort of effect as you put it on, Camilla.
Then she takes it off and put it back on Sonia's head.
Nice. Let me see what happens if I do a wisdom saving throw. Oh my god, I'm not particularly good at wisdom saving throws.
These things seem so interesting.
No. Not letting go of it today. All right. I think we're making more of this crown than we should. Anybody else up for the free runner's armor? I think Sonia's the only one that wears light armor.
Yeah, probably.
You know what? I think you are.
Sorry, say again, Camilla?
No, you're the only. Oh wait, Carmilla as well, but she only got an item.
Is Mimir the big tree guy?
Oh yes, so if you look inside the little tree there, you will see the creature that has shown its face, and the portrait will make more
All
sense.
right.
Yeah, he is a face in the trees that has. He sort of seems to be part of the trees, some kind of a tree ant. But one of the druids that they met last session called it here. Seems to be some kind of spirit of the forest. You can
Okay.
actually, Mikkel, you can make a history check or a nature check if you like, as you come across this creature, to see if it's like anything you might recognize.
Let's do a history check. That'll be 21.
21. Okay, yeah, actually, you you've met this creature once before. There is a guardian that stands outside Braudavik. There's that the guardian of the woods that is this a strange sort of wooden construct almost that comes to life when Braudavik is in danger. And this is the spirit that inhabits it. You would have met it with your father when doing some repairs, and with Ursula, I think, whoever's one of your mothers, whose mother is the carpenter, Freya.
My father is a carpenter or boat builder, carpenter.
No, but someone's whose mother is named Freya. I think it might.
Maybe Ursula.
None of us.
Might have been
Mm,
Ursula.
One of you.
Oh.
yeah, no, not me.
Of course, yeah, it's mine.
Okay. Yeah, so that's how you would know about the thing is they have they've done some work on that construct and have interacted with this thing. You would have met it as a child, though it doesn't seem to have recognized you.
Right. Not fuck you, I'll try something. I'll go up to it, do a slight bow. Mimir, would it be alright if I asked for a more unorthodox, I suppose, gift? These items are very lovely, but I have a particular thing in mind.
Oh, what might that be?
Would you be so kind to bestow me a branch of this tree?
A branch of this one here.
Yes.
You're trying to make a sort of focus or something.
I want to create a bow, and this tree looks very lovely, which is why I'm asking you, because I don't want to take it with, disturb this great tree.
Oh, aye. That's not a bad idea. These trees are made for housing, I must say, but I could bring something to you. You lot are from Braudavik, right?
Yes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there's one of the such trees that crystal should work on in your village, or did they cut that one down?
Oh no, I was going to ask about the big tree in the middle that we
Yes.
climbed. Yeah.
The tree's still alive. It's in the middle of a city, of a small village.
Well, I could open the first bridge to it if you want to show you how it's done. You ought to be able to do it yourself once you've seen the trick. But I could bring you some materials if you want to make yourself something fancy.
That would be lovely.
Sure, you're the blacksmith's son, aren't you?
What was that?
You're the blacksmith's boy.
Yeah, that would be me.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Well, I will deliver some things to your father in possibly in the morning, but for now, I recommend you all get some rest. And you're welcome to do so here, or we can open the gate and you can do so at home. But again, we thank you all so very much.
Thank you. Happy that you would answer my request.
And Ursula, have you joined us? Hey, she's here. Cool. We've just. I see you muted, but hopefully you can hear us. We've just.
Yeah, okay. Forgot I was
We've
muted.
just distributed the loot basically. You can take. Were you taking the potion of skating, right?
Yes.
Cool. You can drag that from the quest log into your character sheet. Um, who
I
is
am not getting that to work for me with the armor actually. So what am I doing wrong?
Nothing. And put from I
Oh,
him
okay.
came.
Ah,
I, that's why I was asking you guys earlier. All right, I will pull them through for you.
thank you.
But,
Yeah, you were busy talking about other stuff, so that was.
that's cool. Let me do that now. You guys can discuss, as you've now basically got a fast travel point between here and Bradovic, and you can. It's up to you whether or not you want to take the hike home in the morning or just zip straight.
I vote on sipping straight.
I would agree.
Do we all have to travel at the same time, or is it essentially whenever whoever?
I take it it's whoever has the crystal.
Oh crap!
Yeah, which I think we can assume the group has the crystal. Like this is something that there are mechanics to it, so you can basically open a doorway for 5 minutes and creatures can go in and out of it as they please. But yeah, this does give you the opportunity that, like, if you did want to come back here during some downtime, you absolutely could just take the crystal, and it's like a key to get through here. And as we go along, the more of these branches of Yggdrasil that you find, um, you will be able to basically fast travel using those as you unlock them.
Okay. Well, okay. So this works for me as a proposal then. Also, as part of the leveling up process. So Svenja does not want to go straight home. She's like, by the time we're getting to this part of the conversation, she's on her second cup of tree wine or mead or whatever the local tipple is, and she's chatting and listening to everybody about the stories of the invasion. And she's got like a little group of people just animatedly telling their stories around her. So she's like waving you off, like, go, 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 come and fetch me in 3 days or something like that. So she wants to study the library, and that then would be part of my out of character leveling up. Is that she's going to pick up some law or something in the library that will, sort of give her a bit of extra expertise and maybe a spell or two and all of those kind of things, and add to her history and nature and all of the proficiencies that she's going to get leveled up in.
Yeah, that is absolutely perfect. As you guys, for completing this quest, you will basically have earned 37 days, we'll call it 40 just to round things up, of downtime. So you could definitely spend the first couple of those here as part of your level up. But the level up will technically only trigger once the party goes to Bradovic, but that you can absolutely stay here and telling them to come and fetch you in a few days.
Can I also stay here for a few days?
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be, if you're trying to spend downtime here, then
It's
it's
same
different
as
actually. Like you've got to, we're not splitting the party across the whole world.
no, it's just for Sven, like same as Svenja for the leveling up, nothing
Yeah.
else.
So yeah, you can do that. This is who is actually going to go home.
Mikkel.
Yormund.
Yeah, I think I would too. But I'm not sure what's happened all already, but I was wondering if we could ask like one of the people that live here, like who would know how to use all the astronomy stuff, if they could figure out what the people might have been trying to make a map to.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. As you, um, they already seem to be vaguely aware of what those people were coming for. Ursula, as you start looking into it, they would tell you that it is a group known as the Eye That Sleeps. These are a group that arrived not that long ago, and they arrived with the Decapus and basically used that to kick everyone out of these places so they could start using the facilities. And just violently interacting with anyone that tried to get in their way, which is why everyone had left. They were more the monsters than the actual Decapus itself. But what they were trying to do up there, from what you gathered last time, and what you discussed with these druids that actually know what the equipment does, it would seem like they were trying to make a map into the stars, not not just using the stars as a um, like as a navigation tool, but they seem to be trying to map a trajectory to the moon, as if they're attempting space travel. But yeah, knowing the technology that you have today, it's probably pretty hard to get a longship into space.
Okay.
So, from your perspective, as they are saying that these people are trying to get to the moon, it would also sound like they are possibly trying to get to, like, possibly to Asgard, or you don't know what's actually up there, but it looks like they're planning an attack on the moon, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe just a road trip. You know.
Just go to the
So,
moon for fun.
sorry, say again.
I said just go to the moon for fun.
Yeah, I mean, cosmologically, are we aware of the idea that the Earth is actually a ball of, or the planet we're on is like a ball of rock with planets and moons and stuff circulating around it, or are we still all on the old? This is the center of the universe, and those are things being pulled by gods in chariots, stuff like that.
Well, that the idea of like astronomy in this world would be something that like arcane users are usually quite involved in. That's like wizard wizard ideologies, and in to Mordians there are some people that take issue with that. There are some people that view the arcane users like that as basically like Vikings and Christians. There's a similar dynamic there, but
Yeah,
these are definitely the kinds of creatures that you would find trust in, these druids and dryads. So this facility doesn't seem like it is a wizard bound. It seems more fey. It seems more um, like it could be Vanir kind of, uh, like these could be the magics of Vanaheim or Elfheim, that kind of thing. But that's basically how it is viewed. As you are in Midgard, which Midgard represents Mordia, not necessarily the the plane of existence as it is implied, but the actual country itself is like that's a realm, and that's how they tend to see it. But meta wise, you know that it's a country of Mordia that they call Midgard.
yeah.
And
Okay.
that's another point about that crystal, is that it will glow a different color depending on what realm you are in. So currently it is glowing green, which is, as Mimir would explain to you, is the the color for Midgard.
Ah, new page, crystal colors, teleport crystals, teleportation.
Well, if that's it, I think we should be packing up.
Okay. Yeah, me. So I'm quite happy, Devin. If you want to tell us more about the observatory or something like that in game now, but I'm quite happy that we do that offline as well. You know, the what does Svenja find in the library and in the observatory?
I mean, between you guys that are staying there, you'll be spending a few days here, so you can also tell me what you are, if there's anything in particular you would like to be looking into and discovering. Please do tell me, because I think you guys might be looking in different directions. Uh, but before we'll get to that when everyone is doing their downtime stuff. So,
Yeah.
are you guys going to try and head home the same night, or are you going to stay here for tonight and head back in the morning?
Can head home the same night.
You shall do the same.
Can't believe you guys aren't interested in trying this delightful. I don't know what it is, but they're making it from berries and stuff, and it is great.
Look, I can come back here any fucking time. This, and I'm just holding up the runestone. This is interesting.
I want to get back to my forge.
Yeah, yeah, Senya gets that, but she's having fun talking to people right now. So come and fetch her in a day or two. And yes, so during the course of downtime and in future, she may come and look at this reference library or what there is now and then. So metagaming wise, Devin, I think we can do that in chat. Metagaming wise, what she's building up in her head, or maybe even because she can write into some sort of little leather bound book, is who knows what about what. So if she does come across something, she could, for example, come back and say, I know these druids know something about astrology. So if I have a complicated thing about astrology I need to solve, I'll go and ask them. So she's kind of building up a network of people who know stuff as her thing.
Yeah, and this would be a very good place to do it, as you guys have earned some renown with the Treetop Village and the Tree Folk, or which includes the Grung and these druids and dryads of the Western Wood. You would definitely have a good ally here in the woods. Going forward, there will definitely be people that you can rely on. The main sources of information that you would be able to refer back to time and again would be the Lafira. What's let me just check here. Basically the druid, the blue one, and Mimir the tree. Lafira, mother of the treetop, and Mimir. As she sort of runs the observatory, and you'd be able to interact with her. And Mimir, you'll be able to speak to all over Mordia. He seems to be able to show up in any of these branches of Yggdrasil. So if you see him, you might also have discovered a fast travel point.
Okay, just for my notes purpose, how do I spell the Fiera? As if I ask you about this 2 years from now.
Yeah, HLARIFA.
HLAR.
IFA.
Yeah.
And then Mimir is MIMYRD.
Okay. Cool. Right. So I think I've dominated this part of the conversation enough to say, what do you guys want to do with downtime?
I think we should get home first.
So it means so Svenya's part of, she'll do the drinking and staying there and get home and so forth. But Mike, over to who's next?
Yeah, we haven't technically started the downtime yet. Only you have, but they're all still in this sort of eager to get home. I just quickly want to check who took the feather
Go to
token.
mind. Oh, never mind.
Oh, which did you take? Potion of growth.
Yeah, and the runestone.
Can leave it for Abby if he doesn't have an item.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you take again, Gorm?
The stuff of flowers.
Okay, cool. That one should be added.
Oh, since I'm also staying here.
Yeah. What would you like to?
The potions they were making, they were kind of interesting, so I like to investigate their, I guess, alchemy further. Not specifically the potions, like whatever they have here. And yeah,
So yeah, you can actually you can give me an investigation, or what would Gorm use for this? Have you got actual tools that you could use for that?
to look around. No, I don't have anything.
I can
Like, I
borrow.
mean,
I can.
alchemist supplies or something.
I can
No,
lend him
there's
a herbalism kit.
no. That's like as a part of my leveling up, sort of, because I'm getting it with proficiency with it with my next level.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's perfect. You would be able to get that from these guys, as you can add the actual kit to your character sheet. Um, that they would be able to show you these grung would help you, um, as they seem to be more into the like brewing process. But these stamina potions, they are not easy to make. They are made from the sap of a branch of Yggdrasil, and so they are tapping these trees, and it takes a long time to actually make them. That's why they're quite pricey, and uh, they did not have that many to share, but they seem to have a way of making this stuff here with they've got a still, and all these trees are tapped. But you know that you could probably tap the sky tree back at home and try and make them yourself, though it would take at least a year for the sap uh, to become usable.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I'll also
But other
ask
than
them.
that, you learn a lot about that kind of thing. You definitely to do a bunch of research while you're here.
Yeah, I also wanted to like ask them if they know anything about, I guess, blood magic manipulation.
Yeah, they're a little bit put off by that, but and the grung would shake their heads, saying no, and the druids would say they've heard some things about some kinds of dark magic like that, but what are you referring to exactly?
Well, as a healer, I can know how to heal, but I also want to know how to hurt. Not necessarily controlling someone, but maybe affecting creatures that have blood.
They would think it's possible, and the grung would then step in and explain how their poisons work, and like that they what they excrete on their skin, and how it can affect people, and how some of those poisons can like make people bleed from their eyes, and things like that. And you'll you'll be able to find some texts in their libraries as you spend some time here. But we will, yeah, you can describe what you actually are looking into during that downtime, and what you find, um, if that's to do with your level ups as well.
Yeah. Right now, or
Well, yeah. What do you?
oh,
I mean, are you
well,
just looking into like inflict wounds type of things, or are
oh,
these spells you're
well,
learning? Or
well, the alchemy is fully said. The grunts know of it, so I'll learn from them. As for the blood part, you will find some little bits of pieces of text that say that you can, in expense of your own health, to some extent, you can hinder enemies. It's like and it can enhance your survival capabilities.
is Gorm taking a level in Blood Hunter?
Yeah,
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna need a minute. I know there's another Jerry coming, and Is
No,
it gonna be
that's
another?
it. Just the two of them. Nothing else is planned.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, you're onto my plan where I just casts summon creatures and just summons like 10 Jerrys.
So you're gonna need some high-level spell slots for a CR like that. But there's yeah, you've already got your subclass though. Hey?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's why I was getting confused. I was like, because we already did that. But that is cool. You will definitely have a little bit of trouble finding too much here. You know that back home you might actually have better luck with blood hunter kind of things, but their library here is quite extensive, and it seems like you managed to find the things you're looking for. Uh, is there anything else you'd like to do before we go over to the others and take them?
Here, no. That's all. The only thing I'm doing here.
Okay. And does everyone have the items that you were supposed to get?
Yep.
Not sure where the crown of the forest is at the moment, but happy that it sits in Svenja's inventory for the time being.
I've
Yeah.
got my potion.
Testing sound, Devin, can you guys hear me? Or was I too
Hey.
far away from it?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Bit echoey though.
Yeah, we heard you. The
Ah,
crown should
I
show up
see.
on
Here.
your thing now. Um, they
Got it.
actually like removed when I. Cool. So then we are going to go over to those of you who are heading home, and Yormund, are you opening the gate?
Yes, I am.
All right. So yeah, you can. You don't have to actually change anything there. We'll just, as you've basically found a shortcut, we are going to move you back to the sky tree. As you open up this doorway, you see on the tree, you actually find Mimir would help you with this process and would show you that underneath some of the bark on the tree, you will see what he calls ironwood, and you see a sort of iron symbol carved into this tree that is the inverse of the rune that is on your crystal. And just by pressing it to it, you can use it like a key, and it actually opens a doorway in the tree, much like the tree stride that the dryads used to get you here. But this time it is a lot more. It is a lot more elaborate. The door that opens,
Mhm.
and I mean, if anyone's played God of War, it's totally that kind of transition as you're walking along the branches of Yggdrasil to get to another doorway that would open from the sky tree on the other side.
That's cool.
So is this rune actually the name of the tree village, or is there a way for us? We have to write down which rune points to which village.
Yeah.
You can't have a rune can't be the name of a thing. It's not a Chinese
No,
symbol.
but that is basically yeah. I mean, can't say I've gone that far into the mechanic, but that's exactly you would have a rune that would represent each location that you'd be able to mark on your map and um,
Ah,
use that to travel to from the tree that you're going into. So you would need to like actually trace the destination on the back of the gem once you apply it. But the thing that you're actually pushing up against the tree looks more like a Celtic knot than a rune actually. It's like there is an image on D&D Beyond that I'll try and send through if I can. But is everyone going to actually walk through the gateway once it's opened, or what do you guys do?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, as the three of you make your way back, um, transition maps, and of course everyone will still be done, but I'll just make Gorm and Svenja invisible for now, so you can at least watch what's going. Okay, so yeah, Gorm and Svenja, you can just follow along, but you are not actually there at this point, as the rest of you step out into the dark and cold snow outside the the sky tree, and Mimir will say goodbye and I hope to see you again soon. But as you arrive, you'll hear there is still quite a commotion coming uh, from the longhouse. It seems like there's still people in there tonight, like the feast's still going on. But what would you like to do as you all get back?
Should we head inside?
I'll see what's happening, but I I want to get a look at this thing first thing tomorrow morning, so probably be going to bed soon.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna drink.
Aye.
So as you guys make your way into the longhouse, you will hear the voices coming from inside, as you can hear the Jarl busy speaking and asking questions of someone. And when you walk in, you see at the end of the room uh, Magnus standing with a figure that wouldn't be all that familiar to you. Yeah, I don't think anyone would actually know him, but um, he seems to be wearing like quite finely made armor and is standing over what looks like a lizard folk who has got his hands bound behind him and is on his knees in front of the Jarl. And they seem to be in a heated discussion when you walk in, as there are a couple of people still here in the tavern watching this intently. What do you do?
Sorry, I lost down there for a moment. Who caught the lizard folk prisoner? Our,
The loser.
our
Your
nemesis?
Magnus.
Thanks.
Just sort of get close enough that I'm just a bit just within notice, but I won't say anything, I'll just listen.
And you, Camilla, you've walked up right. Are you just taking a seat there, or
Walking up, sitting down, just there, and waiting to see what happens.
the Jarl will see you and say, "A moment, I'll be with you now." But look, everyone, look at what my son has brought us, a half breed. And the creature will look up, and as you see him look up, his face is actually more human than you would expect. He is definitely covered in scales, but he's got a completely humanoid face as he looks up and hisses at the Jarl and says, "We did not mean anything by it. It is. Your son said that you could provide safety and protection for Ikersis." And Magnus is pleading with him, saying, "Yes, Father, I did offer him a place to stay. His people are under threat from dragons. You see, we must listen to his tale. We could help these people a lot. And he notices you behind him, Camilla, and says, and perhaps if everyone's actually around, we can organize a raiding party, go and sort things out. Um, I mean, a dragon's hoard could bring a lot of treasure. And the Jarl is sitting there, sort of considering this. But what are you guys doing as you are overhearing this conversation? And it seems like they've just gotten back from an expedition themselves.
I'll just kind of like pat Hjalmar on the shoulders, like, yeah, the Jarl's son bought in, or his friends. I'll just sort of say quietly just to Hjalmar.
He goes, yeah, we brought it in. It was, we had to fight a bunch of them.
Just sort of like nod. Just look back to the center stage, I guess.
So I'm going to actually reveal here a new quest, as this is basically you overhear this conversation, and it is getting late, and the Jarl sort of tries to wrap things up um, by sending them away, and eventually agreeing to actually uh, allow this creature to stay. But you hear that these they had gone to investigate the rumors of lizard folk encroaching on Bradovik hunting grounds, and ended up getting attacked by a band of lizard folk bandits when they went to the old hideout in the southeast. This creature was one of those bandits, and they seem to have captured it and brought it back, while the other guy standing next to them in the armor, his name is Ehrenmund.
Irinmun.
Yeah. He seems quite like amped up to try and actually kill these things and wants to wipe them out completely. But what you get from this is that Ehrenmund the Brave had been watching the lizards for a few days and leapt into the fray to save Magnus and his friends. And most of the surviving lizard folk fled, but they managed to catch this half-breed who speaks common called Ikersis. They brought the lizard folk home here to the Jarl, and it seems like he's trying to plead with the Jarl to actually help him and his people, that their village is being pressured to acquire food for 3 massive dragons, and because of this, they have been forced to expand their hunting grounds to meet the growing demand, and it doesn't seem like it's quite enough. So you are seeing the Jarl quite conflicted at the moment, sort of between ordering you guys to get rid of the lizard folk once and for all, but if the story of dragons is true, that could also put Braudevik next on their list, and if they help the lizard folk, perhaps you could like open a trade route or something like that. There are ideas flying around here to try and help them as well, but apparently their king is stubborn to a fault and unlikely to accept help. But what would you guys be contributing to this as you hear they sort of start deliberating what to do with about these lizard folk?
Killing of the bigger problem is dragons. Then what? Get rid of the dragons and then use that as leverage. Maybe acquire stuff from the list.
Cursus would shake his head and say, "You would never survive a fight with those dragons. It would be suicide. The only choice is to feed them." The Jarl will sigh and say, well, until we have more information, there is not much we will be able to do. But we need to find a solution soon, otherwise these lizard folk are only going to grow to be more and more of a problem. But in the morning, we will look into this. Well done, Magnus, and to your friends. And then he looks over at the rest of you that have just arrived and said, what news have you brought? Were you successful in your expedition? I see you are not all back.
Yes, we are. Some of us decided to remain to read and work on their own projects, so we'll be staying for a few days. As for the tree and its people, most of them are alive and some are well. But the issue has been resolved. We have fought Decapus and countless blights, as well as encountered a cult, I suppose. All of which driven out.
Ah, well done. And this cult, are they something we should be worried about, or do you think you've driven them out for good?
Um, just a little towards Carmilla. You know more about them than me, I think. Or who was it that asked about them?
It's Svenja.
It's
Ah.
Svenja.
Okay, well, don't tell me any of you weren't listening.
I wasn't.
Do you see the Jarl seem a little bit disappointed? He's like, and where is Svenja one who stayed behind? Her stories are always so much more entertaining. No offense,
I tell
Thank you,
stories to my
y'all.
halberd.
you'll see like Podrum, the skull. He'll like see his opportunity and come stand next to you and just nod to you, Yormund, as he starts playing his drums, just trying to give you some background music for the tale.
I just kind of like hold his hand against him. I'm just stopping it like, no, that's really all I have to say.
He looks crushed, like
just
you just
whisper,
see
I'm
him.
sorry, my friend.
He just turns around and like slumps
Well,
back to the table.
I tried to tell more about what happened.
He will jump back onto the table and resume playing as you continue the tale. What are you going to tell him about?
I'll start from the beginning, with the mushroom people and the bullywugs we fought, and how we went through the treehouse, rescuing people, and eventually defeated the Decapus. And also, I cast Sape Water on some made glasses and just use those to sort of illustrate while I'm talking.
Yeah, very cool. You can give me a performance check. I'll give you advantage with the shape water trick and the musical back. Yeah, you see they they seem to enjoy it, and it seems like you've gotten the information across, but it's like there's not all that much new information from what Yormund already told them. So you'll see they appreciate the effort, but you can tell that if anyone wants to, I mean, you don't even need to make an insight check. You can tell the Jarl is like, I prefer it when the skull does it, but like, thank you, Ursula. That is,
Sandy's better at this.
you've like, you feel like the shape water trick definitely helped, but it is also getting very late, and some people are now starting to get up and head out. Like they've seen the reports come in, and people start making their way back off to bed. But the Jarl will congratulate you all, and yeah, you have completed the mission. You have made your way back to Brodovik, and as you give your report to the Jarl, everyone will get their level up.
Sick.
Let's go.
And there we will take a 10-minute break because it is 10 o'clock, and then everyone you can do your level up quickly. I assume some of you have done it already on D&D Beyond.
Nope. I waited until you.
Yeah, same.
I ain't doing like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's cool. You can either do it in the next 10 minutes or grab some coffee and whatnot, and then we will jump back into what you are actually doing here in town to represent that level up, and then we can get into the downtime as we'll also get back to like reuniting with the others that have been spending a few days at the Treetop Village. You are now going to have 37 days of downtime, which I said 40 actually, that you can spend how you like. So yeah, if you have any questions on that, just let me know.
Actually, I do have something. So an idea I had for pretty much using runes, especially during downtime, was just having a pair of blacksmith tools just be. Oh yeah, just using a fire rune on a pair of blacksmith tools. But would it be possible to just sort of like say at the end of periods of downtime, I can replace runes known rather than on each level up?
Are you? I assume you're taking Rune 9.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I must say I'm not all that familiar. I think probably not. If that's
Okay.
the way that it's ruled. What is sorry? What is the mechanic that you trying to work out?
Well, no, I'm just asking because I just thought it'd be a huge benefit if if I could just inscribe a pair or use fire rune during downtime, and maybe while we're actually not in downtime, something else.
To do what? Sorry, I'm
Just give like Mikkel and the blacksmiths better tools. Anyone who needs tools, really. It doubles proficiency bonus for any ability check that makes you use your proficiency with a tool.
Yeah, I think you have to use them.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. You could say that you're using that and taking like the help action if you're helping out the blacksmiths.
Okay.
But how long does that rune last? Because I don't think it's a
Forever.
permanent.
It's a
It
permanent
has
one.
passive effects and special effects, so just as long as the rune's there, the passive effect works, and that is the proficiency double is the passive.
That's what Jerry has as well.
Oh, fuck, what should I
Yeah,
specialize as?
okay, I'm gonna try import. So is your level up, Yeoman?
My level up is just rune 9.
But I mean, can I import it to Found?
Oh, I haven't imported it yet. No.
I'm saying I will. I'm importing
Ah.
everyone now. I just want to make sure that it's ready to.
Already,
Okay,
already done.
Gorms is ready as well.
Oh god, choices.
Take armor.
I could.
Take
Take
alchemist.
Blacksmith and have two.
I'm
and have
not an
two
alchemist, though. I'm a fucking blacksmith.
But
take
you're not even black.
Metal Master. And have to
Oh.
have to.
Yikes.
Oh, Well, it's two shepherds.
I
Okay.
could go forge that.
Yeah, I'll stick with this. I'm good.
And you'll get a long rest as well.
Oh,
Oh, sure, I'll go forge that. Why not? Incredible. Right. Mikila's ready to be ported.
Cool. Contain that now. Is your AC right, Mikhail? 13?
Yeah,
Yeesh.
I only have studded leather.
Wait,
Get
Other
some
than-
armor.
That's the plan. I have a dexterity of +1. I have a dexterity of 12.
Good thing you know a good blacksmith.
I've well, I use intelligence for blacksmithing anyhow, so but yes, my plan was to create a new set of armor for myself. Doing the stone time. Probably some other funny shit. Guess we'll see.
Oh, Shepherd got a cool new ability.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, did I reveal it properly? Is it,
Not yet. God, Shepard has a 13 to his AC. Fuck.
yeah, you can get banding for a wolf. You could get armor, but I'm not making the same mistake I made with Spike. Is you ain't putting plate armor on your dog.
Sounds like a great idea.
I
Until
don't
you
think
have
it
to
would be.
maintain it, then you know.
And we also, please don't everyone try and get a pet. Like you can change who's controlling it as you go, but we're not having a whole menagerie running around with such a big group.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
don't remember how to reveal.
you don't want the like 10 called gardens poisonous, 10 10 pixies.
Yeah, exactly. You want Foundry to explode. Like it's not even my sanity. It's just the game itself.
Foundry sanity.
Okay, there we go. You should have fetch command.
Svenja is ready for upload if you want to.
Cool.
Yeah, so she doesn't have that armor in Foundry in her D&D Beyond. I don't know how you merge that. I shall leave you to the magic.
Well, you can add it. You should be able to add it to your own D&D Beyond thing. I think the free runner armor's in there. Should be. It should.
Let me quickly
The
do
things
that.
that are added, the things that are added in Foundry should stay on there in Foundry. So
Okay. There is no free runners in D&D Beyond. It has. She's wearing it in Foundry, so that's good.
yeah, just make sure that the other one is unequipped, because otherwise I think it will throw errors at you for wearing two suits of armor.
Okay. Hang
I
on
mean,
a
if you
second.
assuming you're wearing it, I'm not sure if it requires a tune.
Don't think it said so.
It's I mean, but now it just lets you sort of run along walls, which you were doing last session, so I feel like it's actually really fit.
Shit, I should have taken proficiency in acrobatics. Tempting.
Well, I mean, you don't need it now. That's the kind of the point of this
Yeah.
armor.
True. Sleight of hand. Can run away rapidly. Lack of floor, not a problem anymore.
I'm gonna have to make some dungeon with traps for you. This might be quite situational now.
Lucky for you, she doesn't have a large amount of strength, so long jump is not really. It's more sort of not so short jump.
Yeah, I can see you jumping between long ships, running along. Like,
We can always punt
miles
you.
and miles.
Yeah.
Also, you can keep up with Camilla now, who just seems to be able to run along walls like it's nothing.
God damn it.
Yeah, but I'm guessing she doesn't
acrobatic.
fall off at the end of it.
God damn it, man! Like, I've been a monk, and then like, ooh, with their speed. Balls.
Although I think at this level, it's more like the grudge than just full on wall walking at this point. I think you only get to the higher level. Like you still
Yeah.
have to technically climb. You just can climb anything.
Yes, I have
really fox.
like at level 7. I think the only thing I can't do fly. Gotta find a way.
That's when you can just stand on the ceiling, kind of thing. Yeah.
No, that's when I
Simply
get a swim
sprout
speed.
wings.
Oh, a swim speed. Oh, that'll be very good. I think actually it's probably a good thing to have in this campaign.
Like, yeah, the only thing I can't do fly. So now I need that sword, so I can get the 90 fly speed.
Well, everyone should be imported. So is everyone back?
I'm here.
Yep.
Just also make sure that the poison condition is unchecked again on D&D Beyond, as that would have. I just see it imported that condition to two of you. So
I just saw
Oh,
Shepard's new ability.
Not
you
being
actually
dead.
used that in the first session, but you haven't got anything since.
A sign of things to come.
No camouflage.
No. This in chat.
It rips and tears.
Oh no.
that, yeah, we will transition sort of to the next morning as you guys have taken a long rest, and we'll put you back into the town. I think so. We are now going to go into the downtime and the and like leveling up kind of stuff that you guys are going to be doing over the next few days, but that will go for both those of you that are here in Bradovik and Svenja and Gorm. You'll be able to come back at any point during these few days, as you guys are all sort of together here. You'll be able to go back and forth now um, between the tree houses and Bradovik as much as you please during over this downtime. So it is up to you where you are doing these things in either one of those locations. But for now, we are going to go into that. What are you guys? What are you guys going to be doing over the next couple of days?
Should we do it in order?
Let's change things up, and we'll start with Ursula, um, and work our way to the top of the list.
Well, I think the first thing I want to do is go get proficiency with a shield. You said that was Yorman's mom?
Okay, so I will say at some point during this time, Yormund's mother um, would be trying to get some training going with all the shield bearers and doing some proper shield training that you would absolutely be able to join. Would everyone be joining in that training, as Ursula's there to try and actually get proficiency with a shield, which I'll say you have done this training enough before that you won't have to spend the normal amount of time you would for training, as everyone will have that proficiency at the end of this.
Okay, so this shield is basically just basic user shield proficiency, nothing extra attacks, pushing, shoving, nothing like that. It's just how to use one.
Yeah, because most of you would already have your basic shield proficiency, they would teach you. So that's why I want to know how many people are participating, because if it's only one or two, then they wouldn't do the full thing. But you would see all the others, uh, all like the other group, basically, of a lot of them are shield bearers.
Can I?
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I just got back. What's happening?
Oh, okay, so I was wondering. I was wondering why you weren't responding. So,
Ah.
your mother would be leading some shield training, and Ursula was going to that to try and get proficiency with shields. But I'm wanting to know who is joining the training, as you should also check out the quest log for the quest from her.
Yeah, I'll probably show up as well, but just because Mother told me to.
Okay, so we've got Ursula and Norman there. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think Svenja will join as well.
Can I do something like I guess still participate, but I have shield proficiency. So can I try get heavy armor proficiency? Like train with them, but with heavier armor.
Yeah, that would be a separate thing
Okay,
from
so
the
I won't.
shield training, but
Okay.
you would definitely be able to do that, and then you can start training that up as a new proficiency. To train a new proficiency is going to take 125 days and 1 gold piece per day. So if you guys want to train a new language, a new tool, a new like heavy armor or something like that, it's going to cost you uh, basically 125 gold and that many days of training. which you can add as a downtime activity to track on your actual character sheets in Foundry.
So I'm currently lacking the gold, so I'll think of something else.
Well, it would be per day that you spend, so you don't have to spend it all at once. And another part of downtime is that if you are practicing a profession, then you can basically earn a gold for every day that you are doing that, and thereby cancel out that price. So if you are also working, then yeah, sorry, there's this the downtime systems are a whole other thing. And everyone's like separated. So let's just stick to one thing at a time, and we're going to start off with the shield training that Ursula is trying to do, and then we'll get back to that in a bit. Because otherwise I'm going to be going all over the place. So first off,
Yeah.
there is shield training going on. Who is attending shield training?
You're the moon.
Okay, so let me just check. So Svenja already can use shields. This is over and above extra.
Yeah, everyone's doing like this is a she's going to be teaching you advanced shield tactics. Proficiency is just you can raise a shield. It's not that complicated a weapon. It's not
Oh, I thought
that
this
hard
was
to
me
Yeah.
use.
getting shield proficiency.
It sounds like fun. Yeah, Svenja would attend that as well. Assuming that she's, this is happening when she's back from the tree village.
We can assume that you as I said, you can go back and forth as much as you want. So these things that you are doing, everyone can like participate, because this would be over the next 40 days. So
Yep.
don't worry about like, oh, I was too busy doing something else, unless it's something that, like I was saying, requires a certain amount of time. Then like everyone would be able to attend this training.
Yep.
Is there anyone abstaining? Pamela, are you going?
Gorm is abstaining.
Abstaining.
Mikhail is abstaining.
Okay, so in that case, it'll just be the three of you, as you'll be going up against another three from. It will be. I'm gonna move you guys that aren't fighting. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Ulfeld would help you out. Seeing as she's not here, we won't worry about that too much yet. As you would go up against Earmont, Hjalmar, and Orvar. And can you see your mother there on the map? Yormont.
Not really, no.
Might not have put it like it down. There's so many people just trying to see where she ran off to. One second. My push to talk is also the button that shows me where everyone is, so just gonna have to chat while I do so.
What? It's
Okay,
alt.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so as you are doing shield training, it'll be a a little bit advanced and maybe more than you're ready for there, Ursula, but she's pretty tough on you guys. As she is going to teach you how to make a shield wall. All right, so we are. So as you, the two of these two groups of meet for shield training, she would welcome you all, tell you all to pick up your shields, and then um, she would ask the other group to show you what a good shield wall looks like, and they are all going to, as a bonus action, they are going to take a shield wall bonus action, and standing next to each other, you see them all like form up and create just a line of 3 shields. In doing so, um, she will she will say, "All right, now one of you try and land a ranged attack against them, a bow, spell, anything. Obviously, something with an attack roll, but try and give it a go. And you can roll without targeting for this one because Andre doesn't understand what you're doing here. But you see that they have. You can target each one of them individually, but let me know which one you go.
I'll go for this Edmund.
That's actually right.
15 hits. It's 28.
So
Your mic is
okay, so as you throw this axe, you will see the the shield wall is effective, and they will catch that axe in one of their shields. As you notice that their AC has basically gone up for each person standing in the shield wall. So each of them are currently standing there with a +3 to their AC, and you're not able to land that hit, as it seems to be working pretty well. And then she's going to turn it to the 3 of you and tell you to do the same thing. As she says, "All right, now show me what you've got. Form up and put your strongest member in the middle."
Okay, I actually don't have sealed yet, though.
Yeah,
spares.
the shields are plenty here. I told you you can pick one up. So that would have been the first part of this. She would have the whole point is shield training.
Cool.
And I will say that to do this, I am going to require an athletics check from you, Ursula, because you were the only one of the 3 not actually proficient with shields yet. So this is like, yeah, Yormund. This is not the first time you've done this, but it's the first time you're doing a training properly with these guys.
She didn't even need a bardic inspiration that offer if I was off mute.
Yeah, no, Ursula, you absolutely just take to it like all the training you've done before is absolutely paying off, and you will have acquired your proficiency with shields by the end of this. As this, as you guys form the shield wall, you'll feel some axes pegging into the back of it, and you have all learned the shield wall bonus action, which I'll add to your sheets during the week. But basically, for as many people as they are in a line, you 3 can basically all form a shield wall when you need it. She will tell you that this is more a technique that is used when going up against like armies, when people actually need to fight in formation. That it's not something you'd often do out in the wild, but it is a technique that every every person in Bradovic should know, or she should be out of a job. And then she will let you guys spar and see if you can use a shield wall effectively in battle. And I would like all of you to please give me a an athletics check, or if you've got any sort of special things you want to try and use, you can do that as this would be contested with their athletics as well.
Let me see, unmute. Can I try sort of a more flourishy, parkoury style and go for an acrobatics?
Yeah, with your new armor, you absolutely can. Yeah, okay. So you can make an acrobatics. There's see Ursula, and then oh, was that the 17?
That went well.
Oh. Oh.
That
Okay,
did not
so
go well.
as you guys, these two walls of shields just clash with each other, and you feel the axes coming down, trying to pull your shields down from around you. Ursula and Yormund, you guys are holding strong. You are both like on par, in sync. But Svenja, you try and go around for the flank and try and actually flip yourself over their shield wall to try and get in behind them. But with the three of them in this locked formation, it is a much more difficult wall to get around than just slipping behind one person. And Ehrenmund, that is on that side of the shield wall, just clocks you like straight in the face as you try and slip behind him, and you are knocked prone as the other two are left standing upright. And in this sort of training scenario, you take one hit, you're basically out. So there is going to be one more round as Yormund and Ursula, you've held up against their shield wall, but I'm going to need another check from you guys, or if you want to try something crazy. It seems like these guys are beating you at this point.
Can I, from where I'm sitting flat on my ass, still inspire them with the bardic inspiration?
You're still there. You can, if you want to shout something out.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. Two? Can I? Yeah, I can issue two bardic inspirations if I want to at the same time. Well, consecutively.
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes like an action or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So I'll say in this scenario, for these purposes, you can take two as a bonus action and an action.
Can I just have a look in chat?
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely try and do that. As the bardic inspiration there was at the D6 you were rolling it.
Yes.
Okay, so that does not really help much with the 5. Yormund, you can make your athletics check if you are using that giant's might as bonus action, which you absolutely can. You would have the advantage. That's so. What happens here, as you've also got a bardic inspiration, I think, Yormund, if you want to try.
Oh, what does that add?
1d6.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that brings you to an 18. So at this point, you see Hjalmar just come in, and as you start to double in size, as you just start hulking out a bit, the Yormund, you'll see it kind of actually creates a bit of a problem that you realize now that you need to be the same size as the other people in a shield wall, otherwise it doesn't work. And Hjalmar goes underneath your shield and just shield bashes Ursula down to the ground. You are also knocked prone and taken out of the fight. But Yormund, you are currently the only one left, and you are in a sort of enlarged giant state. As yeah, you are large. I'm just double checking.
Yep.
The advantage on. Okay, cool. So you are going to make one more contested athletics, and as all three of them are now trying to surround you in their with their shield wall.
Fuck's sake, same thing.
Oh.
Oh.
So as Hjalmar comes in, you bash him away, and he's not able to take you down. Orvar comes in, and you realize now you've got to cover more ground, but you stop his attack, and then Ehrenmund comes round from the back, and he is just going to clock you right on the back of the head as he sort of sidesteps around you, and he knocks you off your feet face first into the snow, and you actually, like, things go dark for a second. You immediately wake back up, but the fight is over, and these three have beaten you. As this Ehrenmund stands over you, he says, "And that's what you get for hanging out with horned beasts and fanged fiends. This will be your story, Jormund." And
Watch
he
it,
just
grown
laughs as he
fucker.
starts.
Grown ass
Just-
man calling with a bunch of kids.
You are no child, Jormund. You are a man now, no? Where is your armband? Have you not earned it yet? And then you
Spits
hear
on his face.
Orvar go, "I haven't earned my armband yet. Have you? Because none of us have." As Henman sort of wipes the spit from his face, he just goes, "Well, we shall see who manages to do it first." And he's going to start walking away. So,
Snotty prick.
yeah, that brings us to the end of the fight as Oder sort of looks down at you, Jormund, and she just sighs and she says, "Well, that is enough for today. You will have to try harder next time." And she just sighs and is going to go up to the long hill.
Yeah, I'll try harder next time.
Anything else you guys would like to do in this training session? As Ursula, you have successfully gained proficiency with shields, but also maybe made some new enemies in the process? Or rivals, maybe not enemies.
Cool.
Yeah, actually, I mean, as they walk, prick. Suna just kind of, and the Viking equivalent of light punch on the shoulders. Well done, mate. So to not the new guy.
Oh, wait, to who? Sorry, your opponents are sort of walking away already.
Yeah, so not the new guy. Sorry, names are failing me. Not Aaron, Orvar and Hjalmar. I mean, kind of grew up together. I know
they
there's
will
this friendly rivalry.
also sort of help you. Each one of them will help you guys to your feet, except for Ehrman. He seems to be walking away and seems to have problems with Ursula and Carmilla. But those two will also just. They seem like it was a friendly sparring session, though they will quickly follow after him, as it seems like they are kind of following him, like very much like how they follow Magnus around. They just act as the lackeys.
Mm. Yeah, so
They're friendly
we're
enough.
making
They,
notes about him. Okay, so we're done for the day in terms of shield training. Then she would probably go and either do some helping her mother with selling the weaving and cloth that she makes, or do some weaving and things herself.
okay, yeah. Well, Sheila, is there anything else you would like to do of this, like leveling up and downtime, and then we can carry on going through the list?
Well, there was that quest you gave me. I mean, not really sure what to do with that. And try literally casting Whistle into a bottle, but further than that, I think probably have to just wait for a storm.
Well, yeah, that is sort of up to you how you want to try and do that. That could be an option. Are you going off to try and do that by yourself?
Yeah. Also, is it how long is it gonna like take to do the leveling up stuff? Or is that like
Sorry, say again.
all of this? Like, how many days does it take to do the leveling up, or is that like all of this is the leveling up?
Yeah, it's all of it. So you can describe whatever it is you're trying to do in that time, but you've essentially got the level at this point. It's over this downtime that um that you'll be learning those things.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can just go ask Ingrid because she's the one that told me this or something.
So you're coming through very quietly. You're asking who about what?
I could like ask Ingrid how she thinks I could do the things since she's the one that gave me the quest.
Yeah, absolutely. So you would be able to go in there, and she would be able to provide bottles and things with to try and help you uh, capture some lightning, and you could spend some time with her going over all of these new things. So we'll say that's where you are. Is there anything you're looking into in particular from her?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case, for these, um, yeah, we'll come back to you at the end. Just to remind me as you are spending some time with Ingrid trying to capture lightning in a bottle.
Sure. Um, as for level up itself, not sure if you want to like describe like the things I get. Not sure there's a whole lot I can describe since being sorcerer.
Well, yeah, I mean that we'll say that would be part of this, like working with Ingrid, and that is exploring your powers and how to control the lightning that you are able to summon and things like that. So you don't have to tell me every little feature, but like the main features of your level up, you tell me how you are getting that and how that manifests. Um, yeah, you don't have to go into too much detail if you don't want to, but this is the chance to actually give an explanation as to how you're getting those things.
Um, well, I replaced Burning Hands with Dragon's Breath, which is essentially an upgraded version of the same thing. So that, feels like natural progression. Just learning how to do the same thing, but extending the duration and making it more versatile. Then she also learned Warding Wind, which I know you know, but I'm not sure if I mentioned it to everyone yet. She has a sort of permanent wind blowing around her, um, which she can control somewhat, but and it's also tied to her emotions. But I figured that Warding Wind would be very fitting with that since you could just learn to make it a lot stronger on purpose. And for mathematics, you just learn to do the same things faster and stronger. And yeah, I think that's it.
So actually, well, instead of coming back to you later, let's do it now. You can give me an Arcana check with advantage as you are looking over this. Uh, as you are learning these new spells, Ingrid would kind of just being a druid and well, and understanding the nature that surrounds you. She would suggest that a storm could potentially be targeted if you were. I mean, that dragon's breath spell. I think couldn't that also allow you to breathe lightning? May be able to give you
Yeah,
a more
it
controlled
does.
blast. Well, with that warding wind, you could sort of combine the two to try and make a storm and like blow lightning into that bottle.
Well,
It
they
could
are
be
both concentration spells, but
so you can't do both at the same time. I mean, you have got many kinds of lightning, but with that 13, I will say whatever it is you are trying is going to shatter the glass that you are trying to catch this lightning in. So what do you what do you end up trying that ends up not working?
well, I guess I'd try doing Warding Wind and casting Sock and Grasp into a bottle, then separately try using Dragon's Breath with Lightning into a bottle, but I guess neither of those would work. And then I just wait for a storm to sew up.
Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, it seems a little bit difficult to do it with your first attempt, and you know that at the end of winter, you will definitely have a lot more opportunities when the summer comes and the lightning comes with it. But for now, it is still taking some time to master. As we move on to Gorm, what are you doing over this downtime?
Well, I'll go to my father first, because I've seen some shit, and maybe he has answers.
Messed up the seasons again. Okay, so you you are going to speak to your father, and what are you going to chat to him about? You can move yourselves on
Yeah,
the
I did.
map so we can. Oh, there we go. I was looking at the wrong person. Sorry. So yeah, your father, hard at work here, probably expecting you to come and do some work um, during the winter as well. But yeah, you guys are basically spending winter now doing these things where you can't really go out that much. But what are you going to chat to your father about?
Yeah, I saw something. Wouldn't say. Let's let's keep it as weird during the travel to the tree houses. We crossed a fairly broken bridge, and I it broke down under my weight and fell in the water. And in the water, it wasn't like normal, just cold and well wet. Everything got dark, and I saw like a weird figure. It looked like a dead guy. He was just he was talking to me something about being the chosen one. That I'm not. It's not supposed to be me. It's not meant to be me. And he tried to attack me, but I managed to fend them off. Did you hear anything about those type of creatures or phenomenon?
Hmm. There are many kinds of creatures that live under the waves, but not in rivers around here. Perhaps it was a meeting with the gods. Did you recognize the face? Did it look like any gods that you know?
No, I don't think so. Looks like he wanted me dead. That's for sure.
Hmm. This does sound like a bad omen. I would suggest you go and talk with the seer. Perhaps they will have more answers for you. But I would be careful. The seas choosing you could be any kind of message, and Aegir is not one you want to anger.
Of course, but
Perhaps you should also offer sacrifice to the seas before you are heading out. I suppose this winter you will be working on your longship?
for the most of it, probably yes.
Well, then you are not going to want to set sail with a curse hanging above your head, so make sure it is dealt with. Ask your mother, I'm sure she will know more about the curses and all that. And he seems to like pause in his work to discuss this with you, but immediately starts going back to it um, as you are working together.
Yeah, we'll head to the. Actually, would I know? Like, is there a specific way to give a sacrifice to the god of the sea, or the gods in general?
Yeah, so there are many ways to do that. Your mother would be the person that usually takes care of those kinds of rituals in the town. So that was kind of why he was directing you to her. But there are many different ways that you could go about it. Were you going to say something there, Svenja? I mean, some of you. Oh yeah, Svenja knows.
Svenja's very keen to help you. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
so
happening
Gorm, you
while
would
you are. I think they were in
yeah,
training when I was doing this.
you'd meet up with them just after the training when is also she would be busy working with your mother when you arrive there, but you'd bump into Svenja and Yorman first. I think maybe Mikil as well, but I'm assuming Mikil's at the forge, or you there.
I would be at the forge.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I mean, this is over a lot of time, so if you want to be part of the scene, you all can.
yeah, like I assume we're getting together for drinks and dinner and stuff now and then. Yeah, not every night, every day, but yeah, we should be seeing each other most of the time.
Yeah, you can during these downtime scenes, you can pop in unless it's obvious that the person is like alone or something. Then you're welcome to jump in and join the scene. But you're all here now. What did you want to say to each other there? Yeah, as Svenja, you would see him approaching after your training session.
Okay, so that role was on the assumption that he talks about it or mentions it or something like that. And she'd say, well, hang on a second, I read this interesting thing over here, and this is one of the ways that we could do it. You should probably still ask your mother anyway, but I feel at the moment she's getting a little bit geeky in terms of all of the interesting things she's learning. She's just loving sharing it until people get really annoyed. It's like, oh my God, just shut up already.
Yeah, would I know who the seer is?
You would know that for like local seer things, people usually go to your mother, but there is a seer quite a ways out of town. But that's like a journey to actually go and see them. There's no one in the immediate vicinity. It's like a bit of a pilgrimage to go and have that chat.
Mother will suffice.
Yeah, I mean, you probably might also need like grab a little bit of a healing potion or something as you after your fight. So everyone, I mean, Ursula, you would be working with Ingrid when they walk in, and Gorm, what are you going to be trying to ask your mother?
Just open the doors, like open both doors inside, and Mom, I'm cursed.
Aren't we all? Wait, what do you mean? Did something attack you? And she'll come and like look you over, thinking that you're here for healing.
Well, it's not something tried. Like a dead man inside in the water, but he was alive. It's something
She-
about me not being worthy to be the chosen one.
Man in the water. That's not good. Um, where where did you see this?
On the way to the tree houses. The it's past the mushrooms area. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, between those and the bullywugs.
Yeah, the first bridge towards the tree houses.
That is a bad omen. She will like turn around and start. Uh, she'll pull out a bunch of rune sticks that she starts looking over, and she says, what was happening? Was there a moon in the sky? Was it a full moon?"
It was the middle of the day. I fell in the water because the bridge wasn't maintained, and there it happened. Instead of water, it was like darkness, and the man was there.
And when was this? The moon could mean a lot of things. I need to know which night this was. I mean, I know it was middle of the day, but that night, was there a full moon in the sky? Or the night before?
How do the
Okay.
how do the moons work here? It's also at the same time of the month. The moon is up. The moon is full.
In metagaming, can
You can see it in the
Svenja part of
calendar.
this?
You're all, as I said, you can all be part of the scene. It's up to you whether or not you're hearing this or not, and if you're getting involved. I'm not going to tell you all that. Okay, you're standing here, and here you're all there if you
Okay.
want to be there.
I believe that
He
the
said,
largest moon was full the night before we got to the moon bridge, which was the same day that that happened, wasn't it?
"Yep, we could still go over the moon bridge." So it was full moon the previous day.
Then you will see her stop as you guys say that, and he'll say that means it could have been Ailson. There was an old Jarl in Nyanem across the bay. He used to live in Flostavik, but he was taken by Aegir. He was the chosen of Aegir. And he is now banished to the seas. He can only return to the surface on the full moon. And when all of the right moons are full, he can rejoin his people, which means he will be wanting to raid. And if Elson is getting ready to raid again, this could be an omen for Braudavik. But I don't understand why you. Did he say what you were chosen for, or
He said
by who?
he said he shouldn't have chosen you. He didn't say who. But if he was chosen by Aegir, maybe it's Aegir.
That would make sense as to why he was upset. It's kind of his whole thing. we will have to speak with the Jarl about this, and perhaps I will try and commune with the gods, but we will need a real seer to know for sure. You have all been dabbling in magic. Are any of you have any of you been exploring divination, things like that? It's not.
Not all at once, eh? It's not on the bard spell list.
Everything's on the bard spell list, my dear. If you try hard enough. But the seer would be able to know more of the god's intent. But a sacrifice could always be a good idea if you are not sure what the gods want of you. There are ways of communicating with them yourself.
Yeah. Father did mention a sacrifice. Maybe even one to Odin, so maybe we'll find more information about that creature.
Maybe we should sacrifice Ehrenmund. They're still alive.
I think Ailment is actually quite close with the gods. He may be able to help you in this. But it doesn't seem like you've got a common ally.
Yeah, I mean, the face that Svenja pulls when that proposal comes forward is worse than the one that Mikkel pulls when he drinks his mother's healing potions. Is it Mikkel? No, Mikkel when he drinks it. The healing potions. Ursula's mom's potions.
She would say that it is a very good idea to give a sacrifice to Odin for that kind of knowledge, and she would help you to arrange the supplies and even ask if she can help you make the sacrifice. As depending on how much or how big the sacrifice is, the more you'll get from the gods. So it depends how deep you want to get into it. Are you going to like go outside of the town to actually try and commence this thing? Like maybe you want to go down to the beach and sacrifice something to the seas, or it's up to you how you want to actually play into that. But you could also just light a fire or something. Sorry.
How close is the beach? Like the
I mean,
ocean.
you guys are upriver. I'll show you the area map again if you want to.
Yeah.
Also, that way I can move the tokens and stuff from the expedition.
Oh, can I travel to the beaches at downtime? I think that's too much.
Yeah, no, that's part of the sort of downtime things you can try and explore. It's not that far away. So yeah, it's about 5 miles, 5-6 miles down to the beach. There is a beacon that is down at the bottom of the beach, and you know most of the way. Like if you went through the graveyard, like down by where you fought the troglodytes, and through the grave mounds to the beacon, you could easily safely get to the beach.
Yeah, then that's what I will do, and I'll get my mother's help if she's offering.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot that there is actually an altar as well. If you wanted to, that is on the coast. It's sort of on the mountains, just overlooking the sea. Is directly south from Brodavik. You can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
But that could be a little bit more of a dangerous route. I mean, that's further than you went out to the tree houses, so you might want to bring some people with you if you're going out there. But there's a campsite nearby that you might be able to use and stuff like that. So it's up to you. That could be our next little mini adventure if you want. Otherwise, you can just try and do something now with the downtime.
Yeah, I'll head to the outpost, the beacon outpost.
Okay, so you head down there, and we will. Yeah, you'll see there's like a little watchtower that where they wait for the incoming ships and direct them into the right rivers. Yeah, but there are some people that work down here who from the village that are just they're just guarding. Yeah, you see Skurfa and yeah, I can't remember the other guy's name right now, but you make your way down to the beach. What are you going to try and do there?
Should have brought something to sacrifice.
Yeah, so if you're going down here, are you going to bring anyone with you to try and help with the ritual?
Well, my mother
you-
said she can help. Or just making
Yeah.
sure I heard correctly. Yeah, then I'll ask her.
Okay, yeah, then she would be able to. She'd also bring the supplies you need. But would anyone else like to join them on this? You've all got skills that can be useful in a ritual. It just depends on.
Well, if I was
Could
with
be interesting.
uh,
A ritual.
if I was with Ingrid's
Hello?
mother anyway, I may as well go.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah, she'd suggest to you, Ursula, that maybe the gods could. You never know. Thor might show up and start throwing lightning around. It's always good to have a bottle at the ready. Okay, so is everyone going then, or is rather anyone staying back? Yeah, you got to give me one or the other. Yorman?
Sorry, you
I
asked something just now, yeah.
yeah, I'm just muted. Yeah, I'm staying. I'm not going.
Okay, Mikhail?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, and then I think I heard going from the rest of you. So just double checking Svenja.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, then we have everyone except for Yormund basically in this scene as the main things would be dealt with by Gorm and his mother, but you can all assist as much or as little as you like, as they would have. What would you have brought with you? Would you have brought like maybe some livestock? Like, are you bringing a lamb? Are you bringing? I honestly, I haven't done the research into this particular thing that I'd wanted to, but it's up to you how you want to flavor this and what you'd like to do. Your mother will be able to provide all the supplies and guidance, though.
Yeah, I would have brought a lamb. Yeah, lamb sounds. Well, actually, could have yeah, a lamb. Let's keep it safe.
Yeah, I mean, this is like part of your class. Like you can describe it however you like. This is your magic. So,
No, I
but
thought
you'd have
maybe I'll
yeah.
maybe to try and catch an animal on the way, like to show that how much it means that I'm hunting for an animal and just grabbing one from the village.
Okay, yeah, you could definitely try and hunt something along the way. Your party would be able to help you with that as well. So I'll say you can either make a survival check each, or you guys can choose to help Gorm and give him an advantage. But I think just a group survival check is the
Okay.
easiest way to.
I'll Gorm.
Okay, so Gorm you'll have advantage.
Can I?
And Camilla's not wrong. A human sacrifice is usually a pretty. That's like will get you in the gods' good books for sure. But what were you going to say, Sven?
Can you add a bardic inspiration to a check that's already at?
It is a check, so yes.
Okay, so that would be what she would do. Essentially, she'll bring a drum with and bang it in a Highland poo kind of way. Thank you for that way, Devon. That's awesome music. So whatever she can do to help with the ritual. No, saying it, survival check is for hunting, finding something to sacrifice.
Yeah, so you can, if you're doing that, you can make a performance check though to, like, you're providing the the real vibe of this ritual.
Holy crap!
So I'm
A
getting
6, 11.
I'm
Not
getting
great.
advantage and inspiration, bardic inspiration. To clarify what,
Yep.
how I roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you will be making a religion check, sorry, for the actual sacrifice thing.
Yeah, but I'm rolling for the hunt first.
Yeah, so you'll have advantage on that, and it's up to you whether you use the bardic inspiration or not. But you do have advantage, and then anyone else that's also hunting, you can also make a survival check.
Yeah, I'll save the bardic for the ceremony.
Oh, you can get more. There's lots of them around.
So
use it now,
Mikkel,
is
as
it-
you go
sorry.
looking for something, a raven comes down from the tree and pecks at your eyes for a bit, and it's very disruptive. You're not sure Odin's so like on your side with this one.
No.
You managed to scare it off pretty easily, and between Camilla and Gorm, yeah, what are you hunting down? Is Camilla, you you know this section of the woods really well at this point. And
Let's hunt down a troglodyte. That's the next best thing to a German.
We hunt down a
German.
I think with high rolls we can take out a bit of a bigger animal.
yeah, in this area, you would know that there's quite a few things you could hunt. You know that there were those elk that you saw on the other side of the river, plenty of deer. There's that giant snake that you saw that might put up more of a fight, but with those survival checks, you could hunt any like basic game around here.
I think an elk.
Okay, so with the 25 with the crit, you would be able to catch an elk, and this time, you would know how to restrain it, as it is not an easy thing to do, but with the group, you all manage to bring down an elk and keep it alive so that it is ready for a sacrifice, and bring it down to the beacon, where bringing an elk down onto the beach is taking all of your help. But Carmilla, with that nat 20, how are you calming the elk into actually like going willingly with you rather than just dragging it there?
Oh, simple. Since then that's actually a perfect time to explain my downtime and how I leveled up. Because what I would have been doing previously would be like taking the rabbit. Yes, I brought it back. Then at the tree in the middle, I would just have been digging a hole and putting it down there and being like, while holding onto the tree and being like, mistress. So this is the proper way. Yeah. You can speak to the big man. And while after going out to the what's called and studying like animals, getting like how they are interacting, what they like. what I basically would have been doing to the elk is just use the animal friendship spell.
Oh, very nice.
That I'm my friend. Then just while we ride, just speaking to, using the speak with animals, like ideas, not like
Oh yeah. No, that is absolutely perfect. As you see, um, Carmilla like whispering the secrets of nature and speaking to this elk, and it will come willingly. It won't actually be as difficult as I described it before. As um, Gorm, you will also at this point realize that there's some of those magics that you were looking for, like the blood stuff, might actually Carmilla might know something about it, as she's got some tricks up her sleeve. But you bring this elk back without any hassle and towards a little sort of altar that your mother has set up. What would you like to do as the actual ritual?
Not entirely sure how proper rituals are commenced. I also did not research into them, but
Okay, that's cool. We can the, with Svenja's like musical backing and that your mother would try and guide you, and uh, she would have gotten kind of dressed up for this, like all in white, and done the full like face paint for all of you. The face paint doesn't sound like the right word, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
It's just like picturing one of you Spider-Man. uh,
It's like,
Hand you a ritual knife that. Oh, sorry, did I lag out there?
she hands me a ritual knife.
Sorry, my everything is freezing up for some reason. Can you hear me?
Yeah, said she's handing me a ritual knife.
Okay, sorry, my laptop is killing me. She is going to hand that to you and then tell you that you must slaughter the animal and collect its blood in a bowl that she will hold, and she will collect the blood into that bowl, or allow one of you to do it as well. Um, Svenja is providing some big vibes to this, but is anyone actually getting involved in the bloody part of this?
Guess not.
Okay, looks like it's just you there, Gom, as uh, everyone begins this ritual. Yeah, you can ask or say to the gods whatever you want to ask, and describe what this looks like as you approach the elk that has been calmly brought here, and uh, sacrifice it to the gods.
Yeah, I'll just no need reason to make it suffer and just stab him straight where the heart is.
Okay, yeah. You so after the because yeah the thing is, sorry. Well, let me just describe. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Okay.
um, we must both look these things up. So you would need to cut its throat to bleed it into the bowl first. Like there is a moment of like panic that this beast would experience, but as soon as that is done, as soon as you've collected the blood, you would stop it by um, a, a stab straight to the heart to end in that. And oh yeah, I suppose you could go the other way as long as you're getting the blood. But as you get this bowl full, your mother will take some of it onto her hands and then um, put it onto your face, like wiping it down your face, and the seas behind you, you will see, are starting to just churn and roil as you are standing here, and she'll expect you to sort of address the seas when you speak to the gods, as it seems like something is listening. You hear the ravens up ahead after slitting this creature, or killing this creature. What would you be saying to them?
I'll just turn towards the ocean. I am just a mortal, following you, the god of the ocean. With this sacrifice, I'm not asking you for much. You already have my servitude. All I wish to know is who was the man that tried to attack me when I fell into the river, and what did he mean by saying that he chose wrong, that I'm not to be the champion.
The rest of you will see Gorm suddenly drop to his knees as his eyes roll back in his head, and he just falls open armed towards the sea. But Gorm, what you see now on the horizon over the waves, you see these flashes of thunder or of lightning in the distance, and with each of these flashes, you will see illuminated on the just above the waves what looks like an entire fleet of ships approaching Broudevik. You see in front of it, walking on the surface of the water, you see that same like sunken face of what is now, as you know, as they have speculated, Ailsin the Arisen, the Jarl of Nionem, that he's basically a king of that side of Mordia. And you see that there is a massive fleet